Hello friends, welcome to my channel. I'm happy to serve as your tutor friend for this self-learning education platform. This video is a continuation of the cybersecurity risk management and mitigation. Part 1 and part 2 have been already uploaded and published in my channel. You can refer it. It will be provided in the description link, the video of part 1 and part 2 also. You can refer to it. In this particular video, you will be seeing about the IT asset lifecycle explorer and how the management process is actually done, and this will be the last part of this particular topic, namely the IT assets of cybersecurity risk management and mitigation. And as we all know, self-education is the key to success. So come, let's begin. Now, asset management life cycle. So what do you understand by the term life cycle? It's nothing but a complete thing, right? A full circle it has to be, to from a start of it to the stop of it, and then you have to have a continuation of it like a loop. So it's a looping process. So let's just start with IT asset management life cycle. The different indications are being given here, and for easy understanding I have given a code word or a term at the end of this particular topic, right, where you can see the configuration is the first part of your asset management life cycle, where you have to configure the resources. Something like a procurement process it is being done, followed by stock maintenance it is called. Okay, so configuration followed by the stock, then discovery of it, then service of it, then installation, relocation, repair, reassignment, decommissioning of it, technology, then disposal. That is, finally it is all done, we have to dispose it off. Then reacquisition of it. Requisition is nothing but again we are starting the cycle. So in simple terms, you can remember this asset management life cycle as a CSDS IR3. That is, I'm just giving you the acronyms of each and everything as one word for remembrance purpose. IR3, DTDR. This is the process of your asset management life cycle. Okay. So this is how the configuration as well as the stock or discovery and maintenance of it and installation process goes on. And before moving on to the actual thing about it, the key activities which are involved in this IT asset management must be first well defined for us before knowing how the life cycle is going in a full swing or in a looping manner or process. First and foremost, you should have the processes to be well defined, and it has to be in an automated environment rather than manual indication of each and everything. More of automation to be followed here. So four core capabilities are available as part of your ITAM solution. First is an ITAM repository. In the previous part of the video, where the second part I have uploaded in my channel, you can just refer to something called as a stock house or a stockware, something like a storehouse, where the storehouse is nothing but like a repository. Repository is like a warehouse where some database is being maintained. So similarly here, ITAM database is also being maintained here as a repository, followed by the hardware and software inventory as well as the usage information for each and everything. You should have a pamphlet for each and everything. Simply you cannot give, because everybody cannot be a learned person there, right? Working persons need not be technically sound or technically fluent in it. They have to be given the usage information like a manual, user manual to be provided. So that is part of it. Then integration with the relevant IT as well as business solution. That is, once I provide certain kind of hardware and software processes and everything, try to integrate it, that is combine it with the relevant things which are present today. For example, if cloud is available, combine it with IoT, in Internet of Things, so that some kind of a relevance is being provided and more upgradation is possible. And last is about your data import. Once all this is done in the repository and process, you need to try to import the data. Then only you can try to export it to your customers or end users or whoever demands or commands of it. Okay. The next one is about the benefits of this IT asset management. Why do I need to go in for this? Why is it so important for a cyber security environment? First thing is, control, entire management or control of your IT environment is possible because of this, because you are organizing each and everything in a very good efficient manner, that the overall control or command of it is in your hand. So you take the upper hand of the control of it, so that everything is in place properly. Second thing is about effective deployment of the software assets. Third is effective management of hardware assets. So these two are closely related. When you have a software, automatically some process to be built at the back end, right? That is your hardware. So without the hardware, software doesn't function automatically. So this means that there must be proper deployment of the software and proper management of the hardware. So when the hardwares are properly connected and resources are all in places and points, then only the proper management of or deploying means the application whichever you are getting it. For example, you have an app which can be downloaded very easily from a play store, means that is possible only if the backend is working perfectly. If not so, then the app will not be functioning properly, right? So that is very important. Fourth point is about the cost savings. It provides a lot of cost savings. Why and how? First thing is asset management. If you have a proper thing, that is you are trying to segregate and have a grouping of each and every asset and putting it in proper condition and streamlining it, means automatically there will be lot of cost reductions and savings. You don't have to repeat the process. You're doing it properly from step 1, step 2, step 3, you're going on. So cost savings will be excellent in case of proper IT asset management. Next, increased governance. This is the concern of the organization, not an individual, but increased governance is the concern of an organization as a whole, where there has to be a overall upgradation or increase or much better growth in your governance. That is, the organization goes to the next level. So that is possible by means of IT asset management. With more number of customers coming, customer retention is more, all those things. Then you have faster mean time to restore, which is called as MTTRS. That's very, very important, because anything which happens as a fault, the recovery process should be very, very quick. You should not be waiting. For example, you would have heard about bitcoins and the blockchain systems. Few people like hackers, that is cyber security attackers or hackers, are trying to grab some sensitive core informations from your organization or an individual also, and by means of paying by bitcoins only we are trying to get the retrieval of it. Till such time, if your organization is not functioning, then it is under repair or under maintenance or something like that, if you put it in your website, automatically customers will not be coming back and again every day. So the mean time to restore to services should be very, very less. Faster means less milliseconds, within seconds, milliseconds, nanoseconds, it has to restore. If there is a fault or a some kind of problem in the damage which is caused in the hardware or the software. Next is about the ITAM is like a driver for a service request catalog, which means this helps us to BYOD, that is bring your own devices. You can bring your own device, and ITAM acts like a driver or a path or a mediator to your catalog of services. So easily you can take your laptop, just have the ITAM services installed, and then you can try to build it up and do whatever you want. So that is possible by proper IT asset management. And improved ITSM, which is nothing but IT service management capabilities, are being done more better. The services are nothing but what you are providing to the customer, that has to be developed, and it has to be in a better increased manner, so that there is no fault or flaw in the system that will cause a lag to our customers, and the retention to be much better. Next is about this IT asset lifecycle management. You should first know what the lifecycle management is aiming at. It is nothing but the asset is, as I told you, like previously in our part 1 video, I would have given you a detailed analysis of about IT assets. What are they? How are we classifying them into tangible and intangible ones? Everything you can refer to that video also for better understanding. And this is basically something company owned information. It may be a software, it may be a hardware, whatever it is, that is an asset to the organization. And that causes some kind of an life cycle or a looping process, a cyclic process which starts from planning of it, the basic planning of it, how to procure the resources. Procurement is nothing but getting them. That's all. We are just gathering everything, getting all the resources, procuring the resources and from the source, and then deploying it, like applications are being deployed. Then how do you use it? usage is also being provided by means of a user guide and everything. Then once everything is done, do I need to upgrade to anything else like better software or better something, version of it? For that, upgradation is done, and then decommissioning is done. Decommissioning is we are trying to give it to the proper customers, or it may be even the resellers who try to help us with the resources being delivered to the end user or customer in an effective way. Then you have disposition of it. You dispose it off once it is done. But and you have a last word called salvage. So disposition and salvage are a term together which tries to say that we don't just dispose of the waste materials just like that. Disregarding of it is not done. We again go to the recycling process and start it from the scratch and go for the planning, procurement, deployment and everything else. Right? So this is a process where you have the configuration of it or the planning procurement phase, as we saw in the life cycle in the previous thing which I told you. The same way here also it is being done. It's most effective way to promote this, and for proper upgrading, any kind of a replacement to be done or disposal of it. So primary benefits, what contributes to this IT asset is, first and foremost, you should know about, you have a better knowledge of what actually the purchasing of the assets are being done. You will get a knowledge by yourself if you are a part of the company or organization, or as an individual also for your own concerns like your own companies, if you're an entrepreneur, everything. Then better informed purchasing decisions. You inform the decisions, how you get it before, prior in hand. So that is very important, because if you don't know what is going to happen, suppose for example the pandemic had taken a long turn in everybody's life as well as the organizations, right? If you are previously or maturely informed about it, so we know about the particular thing which is going to happen or know about a downfall, so we can try to upgrade or upbring bring it very easily. So that's possible by this. And timely replacement of consumables and resources, something which is just destroyable or something, we need to replace it again, right? So it should not be just like that, kept it for a long time when it is not of use. Then a more complete picture of the total cost of ownership. TCO is very, very important terminology, and this I have discussed about in my part 2 video also. Please do refer to it. So that the TCO and ROI, that is return on investment, are two parts or two terminologies which are very, very important to run an organization. Okay, then other benefits of a good IT asset management is nothing but forecast your ideas, needs better. You can be able to tell for the future also because of a proper IT asset management, not just for one particular time period, even 6 years from now, 5 years from now, I can be able to predict it. So that is possible in case of your IT asset lifecycle management. Then give an informed purchasing decision to your reseller or the seller or the customer or whoever it is. You can inform them. You can act as a better knowledgeable person and inform them before and prior. Okay. Then be proactive when it comes to replenishing resources. It's nothing but immediate quick decisions have to be taken. So decision making has to be done by each and every individual of an organization, and collectively put together, one particular individual is going to tell it out and bring that decision as a proper fruitful one. So that is proactiveness with a fruitful decision making, that is beneficial one, right? Then improve the quality of IT services. Overall IT services quality is improved like anything because of a proper asset lifecycle management. If you know about your pros and cons of your assets, that is your advantages and disadvantages of assets you are having in your organization, automatically you can improve the quality of your IT services very, very effectively. And last but not the least is your know the total cost of your cost of ownership of your asset, the TCO of your asset also to be known. We'll be able to know it, because how much I'm investing in my particular asset in an organization, how much I will get ROI, that is return on investment, is also known because of IT lifecycle management. Very quickly we will see about the asset explorer and the lifecycle management. This is otherwise called that. First one what we saw was IT asset lifecycle process. This is the ITALM, which is IT asset lifecycle management, overall management, otherwise called as your asset explorer, they call it. Okay, so this helps us for stage by stage analysis of it, and an asset manager will be involved in this for helping out each and every process. First stage of it is procurement. Procurement is nothing but just getting it, gathering it, After you plan it, gather all the details or the resources from where the resources you can just get it. Then try to deploy and discover it. Applications have to be deployed, discover and see whether any flaws are there. If any flaws are there, give it to a tester, software tester. They will try to run in the back end and see whether there is any kind of a fault in your system, any bug is there, so that you can debug it very easily. All those things can be done by deploying and discovering. After you're done with that, go to maintenance of it. Obviously, you need to maintain each and everything by proper tools and techniques and technology which are being used. Okay, so maintenance is very very important in the long run. Okay, then fourth is support. Support is some personal or externals who are involved for proper guidance or support of a particular product or process. They will be more effective. See, you're buying a washing machine or a fridge or a refrigerator or a TV or whatever it is. After sales service is very very important for each and every product, right? So we do demand that if suppose any problem occurs, we call the toll free number of that particular product company or whatever, and they try to pick up the toll free number, and customer care, they used to answer to our query. They even send persons to our house, right, the technicians to our house. So that is very important even for any IT assets maintenance in case of your cyber security framework. And then support, after support you have to go for retirement and disposal of it. Finally, as I told you, if it is all done, don't just throw it in the bin, that is your recycle bin. It's called as a recycle explorer or a bin, right? Even in our personal computer we do have. So recycle bin is nothing but we are not just throwing it in the bin, we try to recycle it again and then go again for the process of procurement, discovery, everything. So it's a more of a cyclic process or a looping process which is never ending. That's most important for a life cycle management of it. And this asset explorer helps to have this procurement of it. Each and every step is described in a better important manner or an elaborate manner, I can say. Because procurement is nothing but just the you have to have what the purchase order, PO here stands for the purchase order. Each and every purchase order of a particular quantity or an entity, you have to have a note of it. Post purchase also, what you have to do, everything to be procured. Okay, any asset whatever you're getting, then deploying and discovering it, deploying and seeing whether they are in use and properly they are being done, and discover to find out any other inventory which has any flaws, so that you can try to combine and do it in a proper way. Then you go for a maintenance of it. As I told, maintain or maintenance is proper scanning, upgradation, then seeing whether the TCO has been met, seeing whether any depreciation in the asset is there. Depreciation is any reduction in the asset for what you have got. Then seeing whether the license is expired or it has to be upgraded. All those have to be compliant within the compliance of it by maintenance. And support, of course, you need some personals to help in notify the technicians of the expiry date, and within that expiry period how many times can I go in for a free service. All those things are being done by the support system. And the retirement and disposal of it are again done for the assets which have been totally completed and unallocated anymore. Then you can reallocate it by means of recycling and doing it. I have also given a suggested link at the bottom of this to see, to for you people to just get an understanding of what are the 5 stages of this asset lifecycle management, how you get each and every stage properly secured and finally till the disposal of it, right? And this calls for the last part of this particular video, which says about what is the example of asset lifecycle management. Why should I go for it? Means first and foremost, this helps us to eliminate any possibility of shadow IT. The shadow IT or IT shadowing, I have given a detailed explanation in the part 2 of the video, for which the link I will provide it in the description box also, so that you can just click on it to see what it is. But still I'm telling you, what is shadow IT is nothing but we are not keeping our organization employees informed about any hardware or software updated. Okay, anything new which comes to the market, if you are not telling it to them, you are trying to shadow it, you are not exposing it, or if you are not being transparent to the employees of the organization, means that is a major drawback to your organization for the growth of the organization. So that has to be eliminated. That can be done only by means of a proper asset life cycle management, because every part or every employee within the organization are being involved, be it a tester, be it a software developer, be it a a personal like project manager or a team leader, whoever tries to work out, and maybe a financial officer or some executive, who are all are being put together or doing the particular process together, so that they are not ignorant of what is happening in the current scenario or in the current trend. If a particular technology or upgradation of a software or hardware comes in, everybody is notified because of asset life cycle. If it is not properly done within the organization, then it will have a shadow IT or IT shadowing, which is being done within the organization, that causes a lot of misunderstanding and misinterpretation or misconception, whatever you call it, within the organization, so that there will not be much growth to the organization. So in order to improve the proper growth of the organization, to go to the next level, and also to have a better understanding of the customers ideas and choices or opinions, we should have a proper asset life cycle. So these ITAM tools are very helpful for overall management, without affecting being getting affected by the cyber attacks. So only cyber security framework has an important part of IT asset lifecycle and management, as well as the categorization of the assets and everything. So thank you for listening to this video patiently. As I told you earlier, this is the last part of the this particular topic on cybersecurity with IT assets, and three parts of the video I have uploaded in my channel. And also in the description link, I will provide all the links to that particular parts. Do watch it, and do give in your valuable comments also in the comment section, so that we can share our ideas as well as knowledge with each other. That is, with from me to you, from you to me, we can just means of sharing it, and we can also explore many things together. As well as I will try to give you a small demonstration or practical application of how we can go in for this IT asset management by means of a free open source software itself. We need not get a licensed one. Free open source software is also available. I will tell you in my upcoming videos also. Do watch it, and do share it with your friends, as well as do like if you like my video and my presentation as a whole. And I'm open to any kind of comments from you. Please do put it in the comment section, so that I'll also improve myself further. As you know, I'm just your tutor friend only here, to just have a self-learning education platform here, so that we can share our ideas and knowledge also. Thank you for patiently listening. See you in my next video. Do support and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.